What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, I'm sad.
I think we all are.
I placed the most depressing live bet when Detroit was up, and I was like, the 49ers odds got to plus 150, and I was like, I mean, dude, I'm not going to not take it, but I want Detroit to win so bad.
They're at 350 at halftime, which was nuts.
I think the NFL just collectively made all of NFL fan base depressed this weekend.
I said to Nolan before this, like, if it was Ravens 49ers, is it not a worse Super Bowl though? Kinda low key. Or would you prefer that?
I don't think so. I thought it would be way more exciting.
Like, it's at least a little like
only
Patrick Mahomes versus the 49ers and
only
Taylor
because
Swift.
we've seen we've seen the matchup, and I know you said like, oh, it was Jimmy Garoppolo. Fair point, but we've seen the Chiefs in the Super Bowl like so many times. Like, I don't want to see it anymore. I want to see something new. It's like when
they're gonna get their back-to-back chip, dude.
Dude, it's like when the Warriors and Cavs were going at it all those years. It's like, yeah, sure, it was exciting, but a part of you is like, I want to see some new teams.
Yeah, I wanted to see a team that wasn't the Cavs there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see someone
cool
other
with
than the
Warriors,
Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Like,
But,
and I
like,
get that they're the new Patriots.
But like,
I
all
have
right,
to,
let's really like talk about that Ravens game. Like, after that first drive, Kansas City went down for a touchdown.
I was
you were
like,
just like,
it's
they're
fucking
so
much
over.
better than this team.
Like,
it was literally like they were like, yeah. So the Ravens go down and score, or the Chiefs go down and score, and you're like, okay, and then the Ravens go down and score, and like it was almost like the Ravens were like, okay, like we got them.
yeah,
And it was almost like they were like, okay, we're gonna win this game. Like, this is fine. Like, we can keep up with this. And then they were just like, they just fell flat on their face.
But it's like then the Chiefs scored it down, and then they're like, "Wait a second."
Yeah, they're like, wait, you're not supposed to do that.
This was not a part of the plan.
Yeah, of course it's fucking Travis Kelce.
But like they kept, I don't know, the defense kept them enough in the game, and like really for the second half, their offense didn't do that much. So like,
Yeah, I mean, it was 14-7 for like a long time.
just like the Zay Flowers play, and like
Also, like, it was so obvious when Travis Kelce wasn't catching any touchdowns this year that
he was
he was going to get it in the
postseason.
playoffs,
Yeah.
and then he was just going to all of a sudden turn back into, like, elite Travis
He still
Kelce
doesn't look
again.
that good.
Yeah,
No, I think-
but, dude, he was just open at every play.
Yeah, I
the
think
last
it's
game.
they like started playing like the old Chiefs again randomly all of a sudden last week and this week. And it's like, dude, where was this all fucking year? Like, they were looking like elite level Chiefs again. And I was like, dude, this sucks.
The thing about
They
them
looked
is
like shit for a few
They
weeks.
look like shit.
they're just playing like this ball possession control game, which is so annoying to watch. Where it's 3rd and 6, and they'll get 7 yards.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the other parallel you can make to the Patriots is when it's 3rd and 9 in the
They're
playoffs,
getting it.
They're getting
Yeah.
it, and it's gonna be somebody that's wide open.
But like
It's
then
that
they don't get
championship
it, and they're
pedigree.
like personal foul,
Yep.
roughing the pass. It's like, or whatever they call. Obviously, it wasn't like specifically that, but like they get the call, or they make the play, or like even if they punt, then like the other team will make a mistake, or they'll flip the field completely. It's like everything just goes right for them. Like every game, everything goes right for them.
I also don't think really the refs like rigged it. They didn't have to. But it was like, I don't really feel like they did. I mean, like the taunting on Zay Flowers.
That was taunting.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, right.
stupid-
like, it was like shit that was
stupid,
like, yeah, that's a
stupid
penalty.
rule, but that was most certainly like that was like the literal definition of
you
taunting.
don't do that.
And then it was the
one that killed me was just the fumble going in, and I know that's not a
Yes.
ref thing, but like,
Yeah.
you just can't do that.
No, I mean,
you
it's-
just can't do that.
also the interception by Lamar Jackson.
I mean, he's good for one of those. Like, that
I know
was,
Isaiah Likely was holding his hand up and he's like trying to trust him, but bro, he was in triple
Yeah,
coverage
triple
as
coverage.
he's putting his hand up. Like, all you have to do is like look. Like, you literally just have to open your eyes and you just see white
that's
jerseys.
like your passenger telling you like, oh yeah, you can go, and then like there's traffic coming from
It's
both
like
sides.
it's like do you ever have that and you don't look still? Like, you still look.
oh yeah, you
right?
have
Because
to.
you're like, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not.
Right? I'm not dumb, right? Like, it was kind of one of those.
It was
situations.
truly after the first possession when Kansas City scored, when it just felt like it wasn't.
But it's
it
like-
felt
it's like-
it was no doubt. after
Literally,
that.
but it's like you like forgot about it until you like watched the game, and then you literally it took one drive for you to be like,
Yeah, it was like the Ravens.
but it's like the odds were like even at that point too. Like people still thought the Ravens were going to win that game.
I mean, it's just so weird how it went from being 14-7, and it realistically could have been, like, conservatively 13-14 if they don't throw the interception, say they go 3 and out, kick the field goal, say they get stopped at the goal line or whatever, and they go for it. Okay, at that point, it's fucking 17-14. Like, it's
a whole
so
different game,
crazy
yeah.
that there was 2 plays that lost them the game.
Yeah.
2 plays, and it's so Patriots to, like, play this whole game, not really do anything crazy, just let the other team fuck up. That's literally the Patriots. They were like, we're just going to let you fuck it up. And Lamar Jackson throws an interception, and Zay Flowers fumbles at the goal line. Those were the 2 plays that costed you the game.
Patrick Mahomes also, like, he gets passing yards and touchdowns in every single one of these playoff games. He just doesn't he doesn't throw picks. He doesn't throw picks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because
And he
all
takes
year he's
risks,
been throwing picks.
But he doesn't throw picks.
All year he's been throwing picks against bad teams. And, like, the Ravens were a good team.
We're not doing this, right? Like he's not gonna just like I don't want to get too much into next week, but like it's really gonna be a copy paste of the Brady dynasty to start. He's gonna have 3 and 4.
Yeah, like there's no in between stage. Like we're just gonna go straight on to like the next dynasty that wins every year. It's like it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't need like different teams every year, but if it's just gonna be Mahomes in
It
the
was
Super
like
Bowl,
that for like in the besides the Patriots in the mid 2000s, it was different teams pretty much every year.
yeah,
Before the Patriots in the early 2000s, besides the Cowboys winning 3 in a row, like there was variety. I mean, I guess there always kind of was something, but like.
But I mean,
Dude, it took a while for the Cowboys to be that team after the Niners were that team from the 80s to the 90s.
yeah.
And it was a while between Dallas and New England.
And that's kind of what I thought we were running into. I was like, okay, they got their Super Bowls, and then you looked at them this year, and you're like, they're not that good. And then like I'm like, okay, maybe this is where they just kind of are quiet for like 5 years, and then they win again.
Which is why I picked them I picked Miami against them, I picked the Bills against them, and I picked Baltimore
it's so
against them.
natural to hate them, and it sucks because it's like being Patriots fans. It sucks to be on the other side of it now, and I get it. I get looking at it being like they get every call. They're so good.
We're definitely picking the 49ers. Is that what
No. We're definitely getting a Mahomes and Jordan Love Super Bowl.
Ew.
Incoming.
Ew.
Not next year, but
Ew.
next year is going to be
Okay, when Jordan Love's on the
Broncos and Bills in the Super Bowl.
When Jordan Love's on the Cowboys, then yeah.
He hated that.
I don't know. I was thinking of an
I
NFC
hate that.
team.
He hated
When he's
that.
on the Eagles, I don't know. You probably hate that more. Definitely not your team.
Yeah, what when he's on the? I think the Packers will be good for the next like. The Packers are going to be vying
they're gonna
for
be
a
good
spot.
for a long time.
They're going to be vying for a spot for a little bit.
Now, are you gonna kick the Denver crowd for back to the Packers?
Oh, dude, I never got off the Packers.
Yeah, the Packers
track.
has always been there for him.
That's more of like the like.
I was just really like.
That's like the quiet stash that nobody even like bothers to check. Like Antonio has like the real like heroin stash with the Denver Broncos, and like we have to keep track
Yeah,
on
but
that.
I always like had some Packers stash like under the couch cushion.
But like no one even like thought about that. But like you just always had that.
Because like every few weeks I'd be like the Packers. But
Yeah.
I'd be talking about the Broncos way more.
Yeah, we'd be in like.
But at the beginning of the year, I was like, they were 2-1, and I was like, guys, Jordan Love is really good. And then they sucked for a while.
Yeah.
They did suck for a minute there,
But then they got really good at the end of the year.
and they got really good. And I mean, that's what the Chiefs are doing.
When
so
they
I
beat
guess
the
it
Bears,
works.
it was like,
Yeah. Fuck
Because we
that.
both picked the Bears that week.
Yeah.
We were like, this time,
So what do the Ravens do now? Do they just
try again.
Do they just reload and just say NT go next? Like
I mean, what? Do they need like
Would a different quarterback have won that playoff game?
maybe? But like, still, you don't get rid of Lamar Jackson.
I'm not saying that. I'm just asking the
Would
question.
Justin Herbert have won that game?
I don't know.
I would say yes.
I might say yes.
Maybe.
It might just be a mental block, dude. Why did they stop running the ball? Is my
But Justin
question.
They
Herbert.
ran the ball.
What kind of playoff career does Justin Herbert have? Blowing a 28-0 lead?
All right, we don't need to
Okay,
do
the
that.
Ravens have what? Two. He has two.
All right, all
playoff
right,
wins?
all right.
Oh, I know, but like, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to say if Justin Herbert would, but like another young quarterback in the Maybe Jordan Love would have
But
won
if
that
you
game.
give Justin Herbert the opportunity, like being on the Ravens when they were 14-2 that one year when they lost, and then this year
they
they're the
would have
number
been
one
17
seed.
and 0.
They're the number one seed in the AFC. You finally get the home field advantage, and it's the same result, if not worse. They scored 10 points at home.
I feel like they just like their receiving core is not bad, but they just have the weirdest like core of receivers.
It's not their identity. They tried to play the Chiefs game, and I don't.
Why did they run the ball
why.
6 times? They had 6 designed handoffs to running back. 6.
Yeah.
Are they the Bills?
What are they doing?
What worked last week was running the ball. Lamar Jackson had how many? He had like over 100 rushing yards. Like what? Why did that not ever go?
Well,
into
now
the
they
game
have
plan?
Bills with Josh Allen syndrome apparently, where they just want to run it with Josh Allen all the time and not hand the ball.
But
off.
that was their plan, and it worked, and it's been working. Like that's been their MO for the whole. When was the last time they had an elite running back?
Dude, Mark Ingram was really good that one year. He was really fucking good when they
Since
went
him,
14
who?
and 2. Oh, nobody.
Like that's what I'm saying. They've been decrepit,
Lamar
like
threw
injured-ridden running backs.
Lamar threw 37 times. Why are they doing that?
He probably hasn't thrown that many times ever.
He threw almost as much as Mahomes. Mahomes threw 39 times.
They tried to play the
Well, they
Chiefs
got in
game.
a hole.
A 7-0 and 14-7's not really a hole, bro. Like
14-7 for them is not
Then
a hole.
it was probably also just like at that point, like holy shit, we're down 7-0 to the Chiefs, and then they
okay,
get panicky.
that's something I can buy,
do
but
that.
like your whole scheme is built around running the ball and then
Oh yeah, agreed.
using that to
Because sometimes they get a lot of chunk plays from that.
So
Like
then-
Lamar will run for like 30 yards at least once a game. I feel like when you
Yeah.
watch these games.
So then does that put blame on the offensive coordinator, or
I
does that put
guess.
blame on Lamar? Because I feel like
Maybe a little
Lamar
bit of
has
both.
been there long enough. Lamar knows the offense enough where he can like drive the bus.
Well, I think he is more now driving the bus, and obviously he wanted to be the one to win the game.
Like we've all seen that video of John Harbaugh asking him if he wants to go for it, and he's like, "Yeah, we should go for it," and he listens to him. So
Yeah.
obviously he has some sort of voice into what's going on in the play, like on the plays. He obviously has some sort of that power. Why is there no here's why these teams keep losing. Here's why these good teams that can't break through like the 49ers and Chiefs have never broken through. It's because there is no adaptation. There's never an adaptation to what the game is giving them. And like there's never, it's like we're just going to run into this wall every time. We're just going to keep, it's insanity.
I feel like every single year too, it's not even like besides last year with the whole Bengals and Chiefs debacle. When teams win an NFC championship and AFC championship game, it's because the other team lost the game.
Yes.
It almost in every circumstance.
Yes. So like, why are we going out of our comfort zone, having Lamar Jackson throw 40 times when that's never our identity?
because Roger Goodell handed down the script that said Taylor Swift needs to be in the Super Bowl, so you're gonna
Yeah, I mean, obviously
we had to fix this up late in the season because we really wanted you to be there, Lamar.
we had the
But there
purple
was
and red
just,
thing going.
There
with
was
the
an
colors.
offer we couldn't
Yeah.
refuse.
And it's frustrating when we can't even point to something and go, "Yeah, that was rigged." Whereas we like could last year a little bit with the Chiefs and Bengals game. There were so many
That
things
was
that you could look at.
awful.
I mean,
That was the most
there's
rigged
not a
game.
specific play call, but like, so the Chiefs were like a mediocre team all year, and then just came in and wiped 3 of the best teams in the AFC, like no problem.
Yeah, that's great coaching.
Fucking Bills, dude.
It's great coaching and playoff experience. Like that's literally what it is. They literally let the other teams,
Or Taylor Swift.
they let the other teams
Or it
shit their
was
pants.
all Taylor Swift.
Could be. I mean, she brought in $330 million for the NFL.
So sad the Bills lost.
I mean, get fucked. Like,
It's just what they do, dude.
That is what they
It's like
do.
Detroit. You just gotta know that it's gonna happen.
you gotta go on your Detroit,
Murphy's Law.
whatever, rampage.
I might be a Lions fan now from like moving forward.
Just for the
I
rest
hope
of your
so,
life.
dude.
I might.
I mean, after they turned the ball over on that time they went for it on 4th down, and what inside their own 30.
I
was like,
don't get it. Hold on.
I was like, dude, that's just so obviously. If you don't convert that, that's obviously going to be that point in the game that everybody's going to talk about when you lose that game.
Well, definitely.
So-
but hold on, listen. Why are you okay? I texted in the group chat at the end of the first half. It was the right play to kick, and I still believe it was the right play to kick to go up 3 possessions, right?
Yeah.
To go from 21-7
Oh, yeah.
to 24-7. Hold on. Why are you kicking that if then in the second half you're going to go back to fucking hair on fire, I'm going for everything?
So that's a great question.
You can't play both sides of it. You can't go, okay, this time I'm going to take the 3 points. But then it's like you hit on 16 or you stay on 16. You don't hit on 16 one time and then stay on 16 the next time.
It's this dilemma as of like
Sorry, go ahead.
I guess sorry. Like how Campbell's probably like, well, oh god, we got to get a big chunk. We got to get this fourth down right here because this is the Niners. We got to make a play. But when in
But then
reality,
why
it's
kick
like
the field goal?
if this is the Niners, you need to take a field goal.
Right.
Because it's like a lot. Because like what you're saying is like, yeah, you either hit or stay on 16. But a lot of it too has to go on what does the dealer have? And it's like, okay, the first half. No.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
The first half, I have never seen a team dominate the top team in like the NFC like that. Like I've never seen that happen. Where like they were converting on third downs, long third downs, like couple 3rd and 16s, 3rd and 10s. Like they were converting everything. They were throwing all over that defense. They had it all under control.
Couldn't stop St.
Then
Brown
the end
at
of the
all.
half comes, and he makes a great decision. How does that good decision then look like a bad decision at the end?
I feel
When
like
he doesn't
also-
go for it at the end, then you're like, okay, well then you should have went for it in the first half because then it would have been,
A different game at that point.
yeah, it would have
Receivers
been
also
28.
started dropping balls that they were catching in the first half.
But
that
you
were
get
fine
put
from Goff.
you get put in a position like that when the game's close. Like if that game's like they're up by 14 or something, I bet the receivers don't get as tight or get as.
And in the second half, you knew the Niners were going to come out swinging. They were not going to just die. Like that never happens. And when you see that they start getting momentum, they start getting points, why put that risk in to give them the ball back?
and
like
more
that?
momentum because you're
And
just
more
adding
momentum,
to it. Yeah.
especially after the first time. And then you see that play where it goes off his helmet and Ayuk catches it. It's like, bro, the momentum in luck is not on your
Yeah.
side. You need to do everything you can to limit their possession.
Yeah.
And they just didn't. And it's like, bro, okay, they kicked those 2 field goals. Then at the end of the game, you don't need 2 possessions. Like, okay, say they go down and get one of those touchdowns and it's 34 or 31. What was the score? 34
34-31, so it would have been 35-34.
It would have been 35-34. Like it's just I don't know. It's just it was really bad game management, and I get the whole that's their identity. That's what they have to do. Playoff football is different. You need to control the
scenario
points.
when it was whatever a 3-point game with 7 minutes left, and he decides the one that he threw to St. Brown.
That was really bad.
It's like what
Just
are you
tie
just
the
literally
game.
just tie the football game. Like there is 8 minutes left, not only of this game, of your season. Your whole entire season boils down to this, and you're gonna say, I'm going to scramble Jared Goff out to the right and have him throw back across his body to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I mean, dude.
Okay, so like we can like nix the first one because Raymond dropped the pass.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? Okay, then it's what was it at that point? What was the score? 24
14.
14. So then it's like, okay, they go down and they what did they do after that?
When I got my bet was
24-17 maybe.
It was 24-17.
Something like that.
And then they went down and tied it up. Right?
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, they go down and tie it up. Then it right? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, then they go down and then they go for it again, and it's like, bro, you're down 3. You see that the 49ers are scoring points. You see how their offense is going. Why try to risk it? Like the risk outweighs and then it's like worst case scenario happens. They go down and score a touchdown very quickly.
And now you're down 10.
Now you're down 10.
Yep.
And you have what, 4 minutes left, however long was left, 7 minutes. It's like, bro. Then they go down, right? They get the touchdown. Now they need
onside kick to save the season.
It took way too long,
Yeah.
and now you need an onside kick to save your season. When in reality, it probably should have just been a tie game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should have been a tie game. You wouldn't have had that pressure, or you would have been down 3, and you only needed one of those
Teams are so
drives,
scared to just
and you
go
could have
to
tied the game.
overtime now. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
When, like, in all reality, they shouldn't be as scared to go to overtime as they were a few years ago because now both teams get a chance.
No, it wasn't. And the Lions had a great offensive game plan. They were throwing all over that
also,
defense. They were
that
moving
just
the ball.
shows that the Lions were like absolutely a Super Bowl caliber team
Yes.
too.
Yes, they
And-
definitely were. I mean, it sucks that like we knew this though. We knew that this was going to be the thing. We knew that they were going to take it way too far, and they eventually finally fucking did. And they did it against the 49ers, and it's just like the Chiefs. You let them fuck up. That's exactly what
at
happened.
halftime. What percentage would you have put on that? Like you thought that the Lions were gonna win that game? I would say like 80 to 85 in my mind. Like I thought like
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was reversing in my head. I said 20%, but yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
20% the Lions win.
No,
Yeah.
he's.
I
thought
honestly
he said the
going into
49ers.
halftime, I'm probably like it's still 50-50.
really.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
dude,
think it was as drastic just because of how good the 49ers
my
are.
freaking
I
spidey
think-
sense, my prescience was just like
Yeah.
telling me like, dude, like
Your what?
my prescience.
I fucks with the vocab.
Well,
dude.
like I just
It's just telling me like,
Your
dude, it's gonna
prescience?
happen.
what even is that?
that's a good
That's a
vocab
great word,
Like a
dude.
prescient.
Do you do crosswords?
No. Like a prescient vision, you know, like you could feel the near future. You know what's
I
gonna
could definitely
happen,
see you
dude.
doing like the daily crossword in the paper.
Did you have Miss Bodio?
Huh?
Did
No.
No,
I used to hear stories though.
she was the worst. We don't need to dive into that.
I don't
No,
know,
but,
man. I'm so upset, dude.
I don't like.
I just know when the fuckery
I
is
was
gonna happen.
yeah. I don't want to say I was surprised, but I just thought at that point it's like, oh, the Lions are just making the Super Bowl somehow.
And
like
that's why I was just like so like in this oppressive mood watching that entire first half. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna win my bet. Fucking cool, dude. Like,
You better believe one thing about this game, though. You better believe the Lions are coming back next year.
I don't think so.
The Lions are coming
dude,
back
not
next
like
year.
that. I mean, now the Packers are probably
They're
gonna be really good.
they're gonna be a good team, but I don't think they're making the
They're,
NFC.
they're gonna make the playoffs.
Like, I'm not
not
saying-
saying they're gonna
No,
be.
no, no.
vying
They're
for a number
definitely a
one.
playoff team,
I'm not
but,
saying.
like-
Yeah, I'm not saying they're gonna completely fall off the map. I just
It's like 12-13
Here's-
wins again. I
Here's-
can't like say for sure.
So maybe not that, but maybe 10
the
or
division's
11.
gonna be harder.
And here's my thing. They're gonna be like a fringe playoff team. They're gonna go gain some momentum at the end. They're gonna get in the playoffs. Maybe do one road playoff game, right? Maybe two.
At the Rams.
And they're gonna start rolling again because once they get back to the playoffs, it's gonna be game over. I think that they're good enough.
I
to
think
come
they had
back
their
and
moment.
I think that they are capable. I'm not saying they're going to, but they are very capable of doing the same thing they did this year.
They
next
are,
year.
but like if I had to put money on it, I'm like, this probably is the only time the Lions are in the NFC Championship.
All right, let me say this to you,
As
Antonio.
much as I want them to be like,
I
one of the
don't
top
think
we're
teams.
so.
sitting here 7 months from now. I go, Antonio, Detroit Lions. What's the over under?
For their wins.
Yeah, 10.
8.5.
9.5 probably.
I would say 9.5. It's not 8.5. There's no way it's 8.5.
It's 9 or 9.5.
But what would you say?
Over.
Well, on 9.5.
Yeah,
Yeah, over under. It's gonna.
'Cause
It's
it's a good
definitely gonna be
line.
9.5. We got to remember that.
Dude, I might say 9 and like I might say they just go 9
exactly
and 8.
9. Yeah.
So I would say over.
I just don't think. I think they're too good to go 9 and 8. To be honest with you,
They're
I
a
really
10
do.
and 7 team next year.
They're winning 11.
yeah, they're winning between 8 and 11. That sounds right.
Yeah, and I think maybe it could go the other way where they're vying for the number 1 seed again.
Packers won. Dude, it might be them and the Packers
Chill
for the 1
fuck
seed.
out with the Packers,
Yeah, you need to
bro.
chill out with that. The Packers aren't
Seriously?
that good.
No, that's gonna be the storyline. It's gonna be Packers and Lions for the 1 seed when Brock Purdy's leg goes.
I mean,
all
all right. To piggyback off that, like
Stop! Don't do that. Don't pull an Aaron Rodgers right now.
to piggyback off that, like what is this 49ers team? Because like you go down to the Packers and you look kind of like crap for 2.5 quarters, then all of a sudden you turn on.
dude, Purdy's played good for 2.5 quarters the entire playoffs.
Yeah, so like,
he didn't look good for
That's all
the
he's
first
needed to do.
2.5 against.
He does what he needs to do.
but
He wasn't good until halfway in the third quarter on Sunday.
But all right, so I don't want to we don't need to dive into it, but like, what are his realistic expectations for the Super Bowl?
Just come and do your job, dude. That's what
Literally,
this team
just
is.
do what you have
They
to
just
do.
come to work and get.
Do exactly
done.
what you've been doing. He doesn't need to throw 450 for 3 touchdowns. He doesn't have to do that. He
Are the
doesn't have to
Chiefs
rush for 80 yards. He doesn't have to do that because the 49ers are such a good football team.
What is this? So like a -1.5 49ers?
I think it's, would you say it was?
It's -2 at the moment.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they're gonna be. They got to be the favorite.
It got down to -1 earlier, and then DraftKings took $1 million 49ers money line on -1, so they moved it back.
shifted a little
Were
bit.
were the Niners favorites the first time they played?
They were -1.
That's ridiculous, dude. Just looking back on that, you're like, with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. Well,
But
also
that
too.
that proves our point. They're a good fucking football
Well,
team.
Also
Was that
too,
when they went on
Antonio.
the road and beat the Packers in the playoffs?
Yes.
They weren't even the 1 seed.
And
What
like
the
it was like
Yeah.
a 9-7 game or whatever that game
Yeah,
was.
that was
Yeah.
It
ridiculous.
was in the cold.
What was I gonna say about that game? Oh, it was like 21-10 in the fourth quarter, though. It's not
Yeah,
like
the
Yeah,
the
I-
49ers
that's
had a
true.
real shot of winning that.
the
They
49ers should have
Chiefs
won
did
that
come
game.
back.
yeah, I agree.
But then the Chiefs won by like 10, right?
They scored a touchdown, made it 21-17, and then they scored a
Oh
touchdown.
yeah, so they just owned
No,
them
just
after
listen.
that.
That
So
was
then it was
also the year that
So then it
they-
was 24-20, and the over/under was like 49.5 or something. So then everyone thinks they're fucked. And then Damian Williams breaks that like 45-yard touchdown at the end of the game. So then they ended up covering the over on that.
Damian Williams.
And then he had like 130 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game.
It was the same year that
'cause
they
he's
came
awesome.
back against the Texans in the first round.
Yep. They were down like 22-0.
Oh, yeah.
Or 24-0.
21, I think.
Yeah.
It was like 21 or 23 nothing. I can't remember. And they came back and won.
That was
So,
when
like-
the Pats got ousted by the Titans. That was that year.
That was that year, Trout.
Tom Brady's
They
last
played the
game.
Texans and the Titans to go to the Super Bowl. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, that was fugazi. This one, not so fugazi.
No, I give, like, I don't like sitting here and giving Patrick Mahomes credit, but obviously he's earned it, whether or not it's rigged, like, whether or not there's funny business going on. But, like, obviously for Brady, there were calls too, and there was nonsense that happened, and I fully understand that.
But what's weird is like they haven't gotten that. They haven't I haven't seen that, and I'm with you on the rigged thing, but it really hasn't.
No, there's not one moment or anything. I get what you're saying.
And obviously, I think that they would have pulled that out if they needed to.
Yeah.
but they really didn't
It's just
need
like-
to.
How cool was it when we were talking about our Rams-Bengals Super Bowl? Like, how awesome was that? Because it's just so out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was exciting. Like, I mean, the Rams had been there, but like it was like two new teams.
you were
that-
just
Like, it sucks
Matthew
that, like,
Stafford
You were just
having
gonna
the
be-
same team there every year that, like, people hating a team is going to make you money.
all right. So you would
Because they're
be
going to watch it because they want to watch them lose so bad.
you would be way happier if it was Ravens 49ers, 100%.
Not way happier.
All right. So what if it was Chiefs?
I don't love
Chiefs
the
Lions.
Ravens.
You would like that better?
Oh, I'd love that.
Okay.
I would
because it
love
wouldn't have mattered
that.
because it would have been the most lopsided game, like fandom wise.
yeah,
ever.
everyone would have wanted the Lions.
But also, I don't think I
But
would
then
have
the
been
Chiefs
as,
definitely
I wouldn't have
would've
been
won.
as mad
Yes.
as if the Chiefs. If it was a close game and the Chiefs won, I would have been like, that was badass.
yeah.
Like those maps where like they show you, oh, this is who's rooting for who.
The whole entire map is going for
Even
Kansas.
parts of Kansas City,
Yeah,
I think, would be
yeah.
on the Lions. I think this game obviously evens it up a little bit more, and it's like most of the NFL fan base is like, I want both teams to lose, which sucks because I think any other scenario would have been better. That's in
Mhm.
my opinion. This was the worst possible outcome.
I think we said that last week too.
Yes, of course we said it. We shouldn't have done that. We caused this.
Probably.
It was our fault.
We've done it.
I don't know, man. Where do these teams go from here, man? I think the Ravens are more stuck than the Lions are.
See, now the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens are stuck.
The
they're
Ravens
just-
are stuck. They're
Ravens
just
go
like
to-
the Bills.
Ravens go to 10 win. Like they won't repeat.
They take a
most of the
small
years.
step back.
That's what
Yeah.
they do every time they
Yeah.
get really good. They're just like
No, they're like the
little
most.
step back.
They're like the most 9-8 next year, and Lamar just looks like
Lamar. Yeah, and he probably gets. He's probably out with an injury by like week 10.
yeah.
Do we get a Jim versus John playoff game?
So all right, so
That's
I'm
gonna be so fun. next year.
how tinfoil hat do you want me to go? Because
Like
Oh, I want to hear it.
I want you to take all of your clothes off and wrap yourself in tinfoil.
part of the 49ers hypothesis I have in the Super Bowl ties into next year
Okay.
because I think they need to set the Chiefs up for a big downswing in Jim Harbaugh's first year winning the AFC West.
Okay.
So the Chiefs aren't going to be reigning Super Bowl champions that just come in and then look like piss. They have to lose the Super Bowl.
And lose it bad. Are they just gonna look like shit
They
next week?
could. They really. I mean, but I've said this for 3 weeks, so it's like the guy that's saying that.
But like the Niners.
I'm like the
they
guy
are
that's
better
saying the
than them.
world's ending every week, but then when the world actually ends, I'm like, I said it.
I
Like,
told you.
Yeah, like so. Take it with whatever you want to take it, but like
the boy who cried Chiefs.
I just think it's one of those things where they need to take a step back, and in order to do so, they have to lose to the 49ers. And that sets up other good storylines
And
for
that
the
sets
AFC.
up the Jim Harbaugh thing.
I like the Jim Harbaugh story in LA. I really do.
A lot of murmurs also going around that Russell Wilson will be on the Raiders next year.
Oh,
How do we feel about that?
I can so see that.
I've heard rumblings that would be the case. He's definitely not going to be on the Broncos.
Daniel Jones might be a Raider.
You know where
That's
I can
that's
see?
even grosser.
You
I feel
know
like.
where I can easily see Russell Wilson ending up?
The Giants.
The Patriots.
I could see him in blue. The fucking Browns, dude.
Who?
Oh, I could see him on the Browns.
Wait, hold on. Give me one more guess.
You get two more, Antonio. That's one more.
Why do I get two more?
You only just once, right?
The Bears.
Yeah, I guess once.
Or
The Cardinals.
the Steelers.
You almost got it.
The Seahawks.
The Saints, dude.
Oh, going back to the Seahawks would be crazy.
Going back to the Seahawks would be crazy. The
I could see
Saints,
him on the Saints.
with
Dude,
a short quarterback,
Dude.
history of a short quarterback, him in that division. I could see that.
I could see him on the Steelers.
I could see it. I do like that.
They need a quarterback too. I don't hate him on the Steelers, honestly. I
That
think
would
he
be,
might.
dude, that would be such a Steelers
Arthur
pickup.
Smith went there.
Gross.
Yeah,
Really gross.
they might run the
Actually,
ball every time.
Mike Tomlin might want no part of Russell Wilson, maybe.
They're just gonna.
Probably.
They're gonna be 9-8 again.
Yeah.
Who? The Raiders?
Steelers.
The Steelers,
Oh, the
and then they're gonna get the
Steelers?
7th seed, and then they're gonna look like piss ass the first week, and then they're gonna lose. It happens every year.
The Patriots are not picking up Mac Jones.
And Tony's gonna be like, "Well, plus 10 looks
you
good."
saw that too.
What happened?
Yeah, always take their
Patriots are
over and win
not.
total.
Patriots are not picking up Mac Jones' fifth-year
Yeah,
option.
thank God.
Mac Jones to the Steelers.
To the
He's.
Broncos.
I think he's just gonna fizzle out and be
Mac
like a backup
Jones
to the
somewhere.
Broncos.
Yeah,
Him,
what are
Zach-
they gonna do?
Him, Zach Wilson, and Sam Darnold.
Matt
all have
Jones.
The same fate.
Matt Jones is the perfect San Francisco 49ers backup quarterback. Perfect.
So Sam Darnold gets a
Yeah,
ring.
I was gonna say, is him and Sam Darnold gonna have like boxing?
I mean,
matches
Sam
in the
Darnold
back?
can go like start for.
He should be a starter in this
Carolina.
league.
Sam Darnold might go.
Who cares?
Yeah, who
he's
cares?
really good.
But how hard does he want to like go to like the Titans or something?
He might go to the Saints. Oh no, they like Will Levis.
No, there's no way.
That sounds gross.
The Titans like Will Levis. You think?
I think he's next up, dude.
He was fine and then kind of just pooped at the end.
He threw 4 touchdowns his first game.
Yeah, and then just pooped.
and then he
after
threw
that.
4 touchdowns the rest of the season, bro.
He was bad.
Remember when Cam Newton came back and they won that game and he was like, "Oh, I'm back."
Yeah, and then he was
back."
terrible.
Then he
the rest-
didn't come
So
back.
bad.
He didn't come back. Why is it? Why do I like him on the Patriots better than with this Mac Jones era?
Who, Russell Wilson?
No, Cam
No.
Newton.
Cam Newton. I liked that season was like funner to watch than this season was.
I mean, you already said it, but Russell Wilson as a Patriot just seems like a good fit too. Not like a good fit like we would want it, but like that just seems like it
I
would
have
happen.
a really bad feeling they're gonna get like Caleb Williams or Penix, whatever his name is. Penix on
Did
Washington.
you see that video of Desmond Howard where he's like, "Gotta bring that big Phoenix energy"? Have you seen that video?
No.
Yeah, I can't see Caleb Williams there.
If
can't.
Caleb Williams goes to the Patriots, it's gonna cement the fact that they're just gonna be terrible for the next 30 years. Because like it's just, but then it's like, what do
a
they
lot of
do?
people are getting really down on him. Like so many people are just like, "Oh, I don't trust him."
Because of all the shit he's been doing, where he's
Yeah.
like, I need
No,
to
it's
be.
true.
What is this?
What is
Oh,
this?
is this the big Penix? Big Penix energy. I like can't even say it. I have to say penis. He's saying penis.
Like that was on ESPN.
Like he's doing that on purpose.
Hey yo,
He's
that's
trolling, dude. That's some shit Pat McAfee would do.
He's on that show now.
Well, yeah, because he's on with
College Game Day,
ESPN.
yeah. That was a weird transition. I'm surprised he did that.
He went away from my beloved FanDuel.
And from YouTube. Well, he's still on YouTube, but like not like himself running it really.
Yeah, I just think like I don't know why he keeps doing that. He could just be his own thing.
He should be his own thing.
If he was his own thing, I feel like he would probably be way more popular.
He's definitely lost popularity since that deal.
Because he was his most popular when he was just on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, also he's doing WWE and other shit too. So like he had like a lot of
he's
little,
just a
like,
bag chaser,
yeah.
dude, which I kind of fucking respected,
Yeah.
to be honest. I mean, here's the thing about like signing. It's like when you're an artist signing with a label. It's like you have to give up the fact that like you have what? Dude, put the gun down. You have to give up the fact that you lose some of the creative control, but they take of so much responsibility.
Imagine hearing that
off
on the
of
podcast and all you hear is just and then it just
dude,
ends.
put the gun down, dude. Can't believe I have to ask again.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Do we have any bold predictions that we want to put out there for Super
For
Bowl?
the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, for next year. When it's
Don't
when
say
it's,
the Packers.
when it's Broncos Packers. Yeah.
Who's scoring in the Super Bowl next year?
Is the first score a field goal or a touchdown
Next year?
or a safety?
This year it's touchdown for sure.
I don't know, but Carson Wentz will be throwing a touchdown for the New Orleans Saints in the Super Bowl next year.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
As you like turn your
Oh,
Xbox
dude,
off.
he might be a Bronco.
Ew.
He might start next year.
That's
dude.
horrific. He would be
If
so
he
bad
starts
there.
The last
next
time
year.
he
He
started,
would-
he had
he
good
would
stats.
be-
He
in a
had
bad
good
place.
stats in the
He would
Colts.
be the worst Broncos quarterback in history.
I don't know.
He's going to be the
really
worst
good,
quarterback
dude.
in history anywhere.
On the Rams, he'd be the best quarterback ever.
No.
Sean McVay would just suck his nuts every
Dude.
week, and he'd be dead.
His stats on the Colts are pretty good.
I just want him to go away.
He's a really good player.
Carson Wentz, can you please retire?
What happened to all the good quarterbacks?
They're
They're
gone.
gone, dude.
Extinct?
Yeah.
Jared Goof is my boy.
He's like
I love-
seventh best quarterback right now. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that?
That's why,
because
like,
he's good, dude.
that's why this
There's
matchup
25
sucks.
NFL quarterbacks better than Jared Goff. That's really bad.
I mean, it's just because he's like the only pocket passer now. I don't know. Like he just.
I don't know.
I mean, I like a pocket pussy too, but like you can change it up. Like
no, I think
Like he
There
looks
are
awkward
good
when he plays.
there
great.
are
Like
good
the eye test
quarterbacks.
isn't.
it was just a weird year with all the injuries, and like it just feel like it wasn't showcased enough. But there are good quarterbacks.
yeah.
It's just like we need like a really
the Bengals
strong.
will be better with Goff than with Burrow.
It's like, dude, when like, and I know like it sucks, but like Kirk Cousins going down, I get he's not like the best quarterback,
No,
but
he's
still with
awful.
him
I'm good
throwing
with
to
him.
Justin
He
Jefferson.
Could retire.
Him throwing to Justin Jefferson is way more entertaining than Nick Mullins
Where's
trying to throw to Justin Jefferson.
Kick Cousins going?
Who cares, dude?
I think
I'm
they probably
over
keep him.
No, you're not.
Do you think they
if you went
keep
to the
him?
Broncos, you like him?
Do you think the
Because
most?
I knew he wouldn't win shit there.
Do you think the most likely scenario is that they keep him?
They probably keep him, unless Brock Purdy like passes
Because
away.
what he'll do is he'll sign like a team-friendly deal.
Huh?
Wow, the Steelers.
Is every quarterback going to the Steelers?
I love
Justin
saying
Fields
that.
was my favorite one going there. I could so see Justin Fields on as a
I want him
Steeler.
on the
Justin
Patriots.
Jefferson to the Steelers.
I want him on the
Ew.
Patriots.
Justin Fields.
Yes. I've wanted him on the Patriots since the draft where they took Mac Jones. I
Yeah.
wanted them to pick Justin Fields that draft.
No, Mac Jones is obviously better.
Would you trade the fourth pick for Justin Fields?
Yes.
Oh.
You could get
Nah,
a better
I'm kidding.
quarterback, dude. You,
No,
you,
no,
you
'cause
could
they-
probably get Daniels before.
I think
4.
that they could get. I think that they could get Justin Fields without giving up that.
Yeah,
fourth.
he's not worth a first round. They're not going to get a first round pick for him. Maybe a late first round.
So then you get Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
You get Justin Fields. Then we're in business. Then we got some dogs. Yes. I know you don't believe in Justin Fields, but I do.
Justin Fields is fine, but I don't think he's good. by
I
any
think he's
means.
good. I think he needs to be put in the right situation.
Patriots record next year. What is it?
3-14.
8-9.
What's their big offseason acquisition?
Justin Fields.
Who's playing quarterback for them next year, Sal? I want to hear it.
Justin Fields. Jalen Daniels.
He's like, no, it's Carson Wentz, dude.
If you say Carson Wentz, I'm leaving.
Now, Gerard Mayo would never get Carson Wentz.
No.
Who is Gerard Mayo's quarterback? That's
Teddy
the question.
Bridgewater.
No, he's retiring.
He was ring chasing with the Lions.
Dude, it could just be Russell
So is Zach Ertz.
I'm really I need like the Family Guy like
they
play
take-
me out.
If they take Marvin Harrison, it could just be Russell Wilson. I can just see it.
All right, I want to.
Okay, are they drafting one or getting one?
Antonio,
No, they're drafting Marvin Harrison.
are you
and
asking me the
signing
starter
Russell
for the
Wilson.
season or the starter week 1?
The starter for the season.
It's
And
going to
week
be
one.
a rookie quarterback that's the starter for the season.
So you think that they get one in the draft
The
with the
week-
4th pick?
Yeah, no.
They're gonna get
Probably like a
Michigan
second
boy.
or a third round. Like they'll do something. Yeah, they
That's
might get McCarthy.
really fucking gross.
They might do something like that. I think the starting quarterback week 1 for the New England Patriots is Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's so gross.
I swear to God.
No, I think
wow, dude, Gerard would be like, "You want to come back home?"
Yeah,
again?"
and he would
no,
too.
I think Gerard Mayo is gonna try to make a splash, and he's gonna try to go hard for this because he's
What?
already said we have the most cap space. We're gonna spend all of it.
I'll make a
So I
splash.
think like they're gonna try to do something.
They're gonna try
so
to
they're
get
gonna
Will-
try to
So
they're
then
gonna try
Kirk
really
Cousins is the Patriots
they're gonna try to
quarterback?
get
No.
Will Greer.
They're gonna get Justin
Why?
Fields.
Why can Kirk Cousins not be our quarterback?
Because he's gonna
'Cause
stay
he's
in
just a
Minnesota. He's
biscuit,
not
dude.
leaving Minnesota. He's
What
gonna.
if we give him more money than
He's just a
Minnesota?
dumbass.
I don't think it's about money anymore. I think he literally just wants to like. I think he's tied to Minnesota forever.
I think Cousins,
He's gonna take some team friendly deal.
I was
for,
gonna say
like,
something about him.
I think Cousins
So-
knows
Dad
he's
does it.
never winning a bowl.
Who?
Also, Kirk Cousins,
No, he's never winning a Super
and he
Bowl.
knows
But
that.
All right, we're gonna play a game.
the only
Right,
way
ready?
Kirk Cousins leaves is if Justin Jefferson.
We're gonna
leaves.
play a game, and it's gonna be like we each take a turn, and
Okay.
we're gonna say a quarterback that can never win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
But if the other two people disagree, you lose.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
I disagree.
Keep going. You can say like Kenny Pickett, but that's guy. Like
Josh Allen.
Yes, he'll win one. Maybe not with the Bills though, but he'll win one.
Oh, it's-
He'll win one. That one's a toss up.
That might be like goes to the Rams like late in his career and
Shut up.
not like exactly there. But
If he leaves, he's never winning one.
nah, dude.
If he
That's
leaves,
probably true. No, I like that actually.
This is his best. This is the best he's gonna get.
I don't know
He
about
might
that.
be a New York Giant.
That's like a toxic relationship.
Okay, he's got what, 10 years left? He's 26, right?
I don't know. He takes some hard hits, man. He might
Okay,
have like
so
5 years left.
conservatively 7 years left.
I mean, dude, Eli used to get cracked, and he just got up and he
Eli's not running
Jesus
15 yards
Christ.
fucking leads.
Yeah, dude. but I
comparing
mean-
Eli Manning to Josh Allen is insane.
That's
you're,
like
you're on
compar-
Mars.
That's like comparing a horse and buggy to a quarterback.
It's like comparing your Ford out there to a Ferrari.
to any working
I
car.
mean,
in the
yeah,
world.
but like, dude, Josh Allen just doesn't get hurt, you know.
All right, go.
God damn it, Jared Goff.
I think he wins one. He
I
could.
don't. You can't win one.
I think he could.
All
He's
right,
already been there, so
back to me.
He was gonna.
You know what I was gonna say.
What Tua?
Oh no, that one's easy though. Dak Prescott.
Nope.
no. Jalen Hurts.
That was the one I was gonna say.
No,
I think he can.
he can, but the Eagles they're never. Dude, the Eagles aren't winning another Super Bowl, bro.
Why not?
Does he go somewhere else?
'Cause they're
That was
They're
kind
still
of
a
where I
good
was.
team.
Does he go
Garbage
somewhere else
franchises.
though? Does he go to the Patriots?
Who? Jalen Hurts?
I'd play Jalen Hurts as a Patriot, but
That'd be horny.
Oh, I was gonna say that person, but I don't know if he can. I know what his answer is. Trevor Lawrence.
definitely cannot.
Definitely cannot.
Def-
Wow.
Definitely cannot. You lose.
Definitely.
Definitely no. Not after this year. Did you just fart into the mic? It's gonna give me
Nice
pink eye.
sniff.
It's gonna give me pink eye, dude.
You put the microphone in your eye.
Sometimes. Don't worry about what I do.
I can only imagine what you do after we leave.
What do you do when you get home?
I don't scrub the podcast for 40 minutes and like jerk off.
Is that what I do?
Probably.
That's what I do. Okay.
You
He spins around in his chair and sings a jingle.
And he just like kicks his legs. He's like, wee.
What the fuck? Okay.
Jordan Love.
He can win one.
I think he can win one. Yeah. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
The Packers are
Justin Herbert. If it was anyone but Jim Harbaugh, I would say he couldn't. But it's
I
Jim
have to
Harbaugh.
say
Yeah,
yes.
if Brandon Staley was still the coach,
Yeah.
I'd definitely say no, but he could. It's gonna take a while though.
I mean, dude, like,
The only quarterback that can win one is Patrick Mahomes.
decent, yeah, like, dude, decent okay, like, not Hall of Fame quarterbacks used to win Super Bowls, like, all the time.
Yeah, and I think that like, revolution is probably coming.
Trent Dilfer won a fucking...
What is...
I mean, Russell Wilson won one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's one of the best ever, bro.
Peyton Manning won one.
You know Patrick Mahomes has as many playoff wins as Peyton Manning did his entire career already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Was
because
Peyton
he's
Manning
better than him, dude.
terrible, dude? He went 14-13 in the playoffs.
Yeah, he
The
wasn't
only
that good in the playoffs.
The only difference between Drew Brees and Peyton Manning is the MVPs.
It's the forehead.
Yeah, massive.
I mean, dude, him in the regular season was like Mike Francesa is not wrong when he says he's the best regular season quarterback.
If
ever.
you're Eli Manning,
is.
you gotta be so pissed Peyton got the second one because like
oh yeah,
he
dude.
didn't deserve that. Like he probably deserved two, but he didn't deserve that one. Like that wasn't the one he should have
Dude, if
gotten.
Eli was on the
Yeah.
Broncos that year,
What? He's backing up Brock Osweiler and Peyton. He's
what do
just
you
like
mean? That was 2015. Eli threw 36 touchdowns that year.
So what? Eli
Switch
would have
him with-
started, and then
Yeah.
so Peyton would have been the third string.
Yeah.
I definitely think he deserved. You're right. He deserved one way more on the Colts than he did with that Broncos.
Oh yeah.
team.
Like him
Like
only
that
winning
one he lost to the Saints. Was it-
Yeah.
yeah. Like they
Lost to Drew Brees, baby.
I was so happy when Tracy Porter intercepted that. I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
I hated Peyton Manning. Fuck Peyton
Yeah, I
Manning.
hated Peyton Manning growing up too, but now I love him, dude. He's so
he's
funny.
nice. Yeah.
Drew
He's so
Brees
funny.
used to like, and this is before like one guy would do it every year. Drew Brees would just throw for 5,000 yards like every year.
Yeah, and everyone would be
in the
like,
late 2000s and early 2000s, but then like their defense would give up 35 a game.
Yeah.
Kind of like a certain quarterback that we know that
Yeah,
I
Eli
hate.
Manning. Yeah, I know.
No,
Shut up.
fuck him.
All right.
I'm not even gonna say his
No,
name.
we love you. We're kidding.
No, I'm not even gonna say the quarterback's name.
I don't have much else. I'm not gonna lie.
Do we have anything else in other sports that's going on?
I was gonna say, I feel like something happened in,
Baseball.
no,
Basketball. Who
Basketball.
it's
cares?
not happening. Oh, dude, what's up with Leverkusen?
Oh, have you seen this or no?
No.
Bayern Munich got Harry Kane, so you think like, oh, they're gonna be really good. Harry Kane's never won like any piece of trophy in like his history. Like he hasn't won a title in any.
Yeah,
fucking
he's
scrub, bro.
dude.
And-
he
And now they're out of like the German league. They lost like a second division club.
I did see that.
And now Leverkusen and they're in the German Bundesliga, like their lead.
They're in first by like
They're in
a
first,
lot.
yeah, by
Dude,
like 10 points or
Bayern's
something.
in like third place.
Yeah, but like
Dortmund's
Leverkusen,
in like fifth.
Leverkusen has not lost a game, and it's like 20 games in. Like
Are they-
they've tied like 4 games or something, but they haven't
Damn,
lost.
are they the best ever?
There's Xabi Alonso coaches them. They're like amazing. They're beautiful to watch. They're so
But
good.
Jurgen Klopp, he's out
Well,
there.
Jurgen Klopp's gone, and a lot of people think Xabi Alonso is going to go to Liverpool after this.
Oh,
And Xabi Alonso used to be a former Liverpool player, and that would make a lot of sense.
why did Harry Kane leave?
Because Tottenham's not a place you can stay. It's
But Bayern is.
I mean,
Como se
one team
dice-
yeah, one wins Champions League and one doesn't.
Como se dice?
Tottenham can't
Bayern
even
doesn't
win a
win
Prem,
Champions
dude.
Leagues. What is this?
Who?
2005?
Bayern?
Yeah, they don't win.
They won one,
They
Champions
like,
won
League.
2
3
years
years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, but like that was a one-off thing. They're not fucking. They're not a elite.
they win
team.
one every like 5 years.
Was
Like,
Lewandowski on the team?
Tottenham went
Yeah.
to a Champions League final.
oh, and then they got creamed.
Yeah,
and
dude. Like they don't.
Well, I
even
mean,
win
like they
the-
could have
they don't
won
even
one.
the
That would have
Prem.
been a one-off.
Nah.
When I was in high school, it was like I would look at the table and it was just a lock that Tottenham would always be in second place.
Yeah.
But like never first.
Tottenham is the Clippers, the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of the the woes of Tottenham, but I just feel
But
like
that's like playing for Tottenham and like shoot, like you have the choice to go to the Bruins.
I feel
like why would you
Bayern-
not go to the Bruins?
I don't know. I feel like Bayern was a lateral move because you win in the Bundesliga. Who cares?
Yeah, I guess. No,
Like,
I
no one really
see
gives a shit.
I see your point.
Yeah, if you win the Premier
there
League,
to
everyone
win.
cares. But if
Right.
you win in the Bundesliga, no one
You're
gives
just
a
you're
fuck.
there to win a Champions League.
Yeah, and it's like okay, now they're losing to Leverkusen.
Like,
So like,
bro.
like what is going on?
Yeah.
Like
He
what?
might be the Harry Kane might be the problem. I mean, he hasn't won an international play either.
Can all
They
the
choked
good players
They
on
choked
P-
in the Euros, and then they
Well, that's just
choked in the World Cup.
That's just I bet on them. Oh, in the World Cup I bet on them when they
Yeah, when he
What,
missed that
England?
penalty,
yeah when they remember I bet JR.
Oh,
He missed a
they're like
penalty.
he sailed a penalty
they're
like
the
really
Cowboys,
bad.
dude.
Yeah.
And he's like one of the best. He was one of the best scorers in European football at that time, and he can't like convert on a penalty. I mean, I get that he already had made one, but like you got to
After
score
it-
there, dude. It's a free shot.
In that Euro final, like they scored the first goal, and I like wasn't worried. I was like,
They scored in like
This
the
is-
first 10 minutes.
they did, and I was like,
Wasn't it 2
this
minutes
is
in?
England, and this is Italy, and then it also went to pens, and I was like,
You-
I just
that
know
game-
England's gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
That game going to penalties was like minus 300. That
For
game going
Italy.
to they
I can't,
always
dude,
go
I
to.
can't
No, I'm
think
saying
about
like
that.
them going to penalties. Like they always go to penalties, dude.
But like, I can't
Especially
think
Italy.
about that Euro without getting like depressed. Like, how does that team? Does the team just not qualify for the World Cup?
They
Are you
choked.
fucking kidding me?
They had a really good team too.
Now you lose a year, and like this new great generation that's on this team.
I mean, but the bright side is like all of those players
Fuck
are still
Donnarumma.
so.
Donnarumma and
What?
PSG. I love him, but like
He's so fucking
get
good.
out. No, he's amazing, but get out of PSG.
I know,
All the
but
good
like
players that are at
they're-
PSG. Just
luckily
leave.
all of their players are super young, so like it's not like they're not like Germany where the clock was ticking. Like Germany is in shambles.
But like Mbappe, go play for somebody cooler. Donnarumma, go back and play in Italy. Dude,
yeah, I wish
Serie
Mbappe
A-
would come to the
Serie A
Premier
is
League.
good. It's getting like really good again.
I wish Mbappe would go to the Premier League.
Can we turn the cameras off?
Not yet.
Oh,
What am I getting you riled up?
I'm a little
This is
horny over
foreplay.
here. He's holding my hand. I'm getting hot and bothered over here. Do you want to join?
What else is going on?
Are you guys signing Blake Snell? You don't want him
Gross.
Give me Montgomery.
instead?
Might-
Why would you not have? Why would you
trust
not?
him more?
He might be right about that.
Dude, I could just see him being a sack in New York, and also like he just
A
won a Cy
sack.
Young, and he's had like good years pretty much his entire career, but he had like 1 year where he has a 5 ERA like a couple years ago.
But he also throws like 200 strikeouts a year, so like, that's kind of what you need in that ballpark. I don't know. I guess you'd rather.
I
keep
mean,
either.
I'd be happy to
Yeah,
sign him.
Yeah.
But, like I just know.
So if they
dude,
gave
I
him,
know,
if they
like,
gave him like 6 for 200,
Montgomery's a gamer,
if
dude.
they gave him like 6 for 200, how would you feel? Awful or like that's fine?
It's fine. But like awful if he has a shit season.
Yeah. Well, then you have Rondon and him, and they might both suck.
Rondon should be like he should in all like logic bounce back and not just be like a piece of garbage.
Well, I read somewhere that he's always been like a very heavy fly ball pitcher, and it's like the worst match to be in that ballpark with him. Like it was like a bad fit.
That's true.
So,
But I mean, dude, CeCe was a fly ball pitcher.
yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
Red Sox don't spend.
I don't know what they're doing.
They don't care. I think they're selling the team. The owners,
To LeBron.
So
maybe.
yeah, LeBron definitely could. So back to football. How do you think Tom Brady's gonna do next year in the booth?
Oh, I saw him on an interview with Pat McAfee today.
Yeah, he's
think
supposed
he's-
to come.
I think he's set up
supposed to, which sucks because Greg Olson's probably gonna go to one of the other.
Well, I was gonna say he's set up for failure because Greg Olson was so good.
Greg Olson
Yeah.
was really good,
Well, like
but he'll go to one of the other networks.
it's gonna be cool when like Tom sees something like stupid happen on the field, and then he gets like pissed about it.
Yeah.
But
To be like, oh, fucking idiot.
I thought he was gonna be like on one of those shows with like
like the
Strahan
pregame
and Boomer and like all those guys. But
I didn't want him to do that because I,
think
feel like
it's
those
kinda,
are
I was
dumb.
like, oh, he's gonna be in the booth. That's even cooler.
Yeah, way
He's just
better in the
gonna be-
booth.
He's gonna be a.
He's
way
gonna call
better
the Super
Romo,
Bowl
dude.
next year. Does that mean the Patriots go?
I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna have some really like good stories, And I feel like he's
That's
also
what I. That's
he's
what I
also
want.
gonna be funny. Like
That's what
when
I
he
want.
watches a shit quarterback play,
Yeah.
like what is
He's
he
gonna
gonna
be
say?
Jesus, like
Yeah,
what
he's
is
gonna be
this?
like, that was really bad. Yeah, I'm excited to see. He'll probably be pretty rough at first because like I don't think he's ever like really done. And but then again, like Tony Romo was pretty good from the jump.
Yeah,
Like,
People
he-
loved
they're-
Romo at first, but now people hate
him now.
I still don't mind him. He's definitely better than like Collinsworth.
I've never been a big. Everybody hates Buck. I think Buck and
No,
Aikman-
Joe Buck-
I
has
think
gotten
Buck
better.
and
No,
Aikman
Joe
are
Buck
good.
is
Buck the
good.
last like 5 years has done a lot better.
Him and Troy are pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never hated like
They're
their-
just the most pen ripping tandem ever,
And that's
they say
why
that
I
every
love
time,
them.
But like,
That's
they-
why I love
They
them.
literally just do Eddies in the fucking.
So then who does Greg Olson take over for if they? Maybe he should take over for Kirk Herbstreit.
I agree.
That was not a good.
But I also don't like Al Michaels anymore. Like Al Michaels is just too old. He doesn't care. Like
So maybe I don't know. Maybe he leaves, but like I don't know.
no, I'm saying do Greg Olson, but with someone that's not Al Michaels.
Al Michaels.
Yeah, I'm
loves
saying
to
so.
drink
Maybe
whiskey while
Al
he's
Michaels leaves.
broadcasting.
What happened?
I said Al Michaels loves to drink whiskey while he's broadcasting.
He also loves to gamble on the game too. Like he's just
Really?
like we really need this fourth down right here. Like,
Yeah, I think that's a part of like the Amazon thing. They want them to mention.
Minnesota's radio commentator is so good. Have you ever heard those?
Oh yeah.
He's like, no,
Yeah.
the season can't end like that. And then in that game against the Colts this year, Jalen Rager like stopped running his route, and he's like, and Jalen Rager just stops running.
Yeah,
route.
yeah.
He's like, what's going on with this Jalen Rager business? I mean,
Oh,
what are we doing here?
What about Chase Young, dude? They might bench him for the Super Bowl.
He looked awful.
That like play that they showed where he like
hot dogged. Yeah.
yeah, where Jameer Gibbs scored and he
Yeah.
literally just didn't even
What?
run after him.
Can I have one more name for the quarterback game. Kyler Murray.
No,
He can.
nah,
He didn't win a Super. In the right team, he didn't win a Super Bowl.
nah.
Dude, he's gonna win. And he'll be like,
Too small.
Yeah.
He's too tiny.
Like I don't know. I like him.
I like him.
I like him.
I'm not a big fan.
Dude, he might be a cowboy.
Like I would much prefer. I have something to say after that. Much prefer Kyler Murray to Justin Fields in a Patriots uniform.
See, I don't.
oh yeah.
I don't at all, actually.
You know,
Dude, he's got a great arm.
I think Kyler Murray is 8-0 at the Cowboy Stadium. High school, college.
I mean, dude.
High school, college, and professional.
I was gonna say with a name like Kyler, I mean
Yeah.
that doesn't come out of anywhere but Texas.
Yeah. That is kind of
He's
like
like, he'd be like, "Oh, this is my boy Kyler."
yeah.
Also, too, I saw Lamar Jackson's 0-4 in the playoffs when the opposing team scores 13 or more points. 13 or more
Jesus.
points. That means he sucks.
Yeah.
That means it's probably just a mental
Dude,
block.
didn't they lose to the? I think his first year he actually played. They lost to the Chargers in the
The Chargers?
first round.
When was that? 2016?
It was Philip and like Melvin. Philip and Melvin, and they get their ass beat by
Chargers.
Pats the next
Oh,
week.
you're correct. You're correct. The Ravens were at home. and
That was the
the-
first game I ever gambled on.
Wasn't that the
Really?
year they went
Yeah.
like 14-2?
Yeah, and then the Chargers won that game.
Did he win MVP that year?
Yeah.
No.
No,
no, no, no,
This
no,
is
no.
the first
That was
year
his
that
rookie year.
Yeah, the
Oh. That
first
was
year
his
that
rookie year.
Flacco.
So he
didn't
definitely
start. I don't
won
know.
Rookie of the Year then.
I don't think they planned
Yeah.
on starting him, but Flacco got like hurt, and they were like, "All right,
Let's do
and
that.
he
Who
was
gets
pretty
Rookie of the Year? Jameer Gibbs? Or
CJ Stroud. Dude.
CJ
Or-
CJ Stroud.
It should be Stroud.
CJ
I mean,
Stroud.
yeah, they went to.
That's CJ Stroud.
okay.
They won a playoff game.
Who wins Offensive Player of the Year?
CJ Stroud.
He wins both?
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh,
I agree.
Just regular offensive player of the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was the exact rookie?
Tyreek Hill.
No, it's gonna be McCaffrey.
I think he kind of sputtered at the end.
If
so I think
Tyreek
that
Hill didn't
definitely.
miss a few weeks, it would have been Tyreek Hill.
All right.
And also if his house didn't burn down.
Christian McCaffrey.
So
Christian
is
McCaffrey
Lamar
for
not
sure.
going to win MVP?
Lamar won
anymore?
MVP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Lamar
it's
won
regular
MVP.
season, not postseason. So
Yeah, but they're going to be like, oh, McCaffrey.
they're gonna be like, but Mahomes.
No, they won't.
They're gonna give it to Taylor Swift.
Hefty.
If they give it, imagine they gave it to Taylor Swift. She
Mahomes
came on
is not
stage and
good
gave a
player.
speech.
There were odds for that. I bet.
Defensive Player of the Year?
Oh, Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Seems pretty cut and dry.
Comeback Player of the Year?
Special Teams Player of the Year.
Comeback player of the year just by default is DeMar Hamlin. Not that I agree with it, but
Yeah,
that's what
I mean it's
that's
what
it
him
is.
and Joe Flacco, and then Joe Flacco came out and was like, "What am I winning comeback player of the year? What am I coming
Well,
back from being
yeah,
old?"
I don't even think like Joe Flacco should, like Baker should be in it or like Tua or like Brees Hall.
I think
Brees Hall should be.
Baker. I think or
Baker's
Brees
a good
Hall.
answer.
I think Brees Hall is a good shout. I do like I like Baker because like Baker's like, dude.
But you like have to be coming back from something. Like DeMar Hamlin almost died. Like that's what he came back from. You know what I'm saying?
But he doesn't fucking play.
I know, but he was also probably like working out like he
with
normally
this?
did like a month after that.
Like, can we stop like pretending like he's a play? Like he's not a player.
I still can't believe they drew up that play.
I still can't believe they tried to do a fake punt to him. That was the
Like-
the most faded play.
No,
of the year.
like-
Like the Chiefs
that's-
must have been like, "Oh, what's he doing over there?" They're obviously trying up a play.
No,
for him.
like
DeMar
that's one of
Hamlin's out
those.
there.
That's one of those where like you're laughing on the sideline if you're the Chiefs. Like if you're like
You're laughing on the sideline if you're the Bills.
bro.
You're like, holy
probably
shit.
turned around, he was like, "Dude, I feel so bad."
I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, there's no way.
It's a week later, and I'm like genuine. Like I'm still sitting here stunned that happened.
That was faded play of the year. I'm so glad it happened now, so I didn't have to remember back to faded play of the year.
Yeah. Like so easily. Like there's not even a close second. Like,
So we'll have to remember for the podcast we do after the Super Bowl, we'll have to go back and look at all of our predictions. That's one of my favorite episodes that we do because of how faded
I
we
said
are.
Ravens, Eagles. You said like Vikings.
Why do we have to do this every time?
Because you just said it.
Say
What'd you
Vikings,
say?
Bills.
You said Vikings, Bengals. I think.
Why do we have to do this every time?
What was yours?
Dude, I might have said something boring like Chiefs and.
He could have said Chiefs
You
Niners.
said Bills.
I might have got it
You
right.
said Bills, Niners, maybe.
I might have said Bills, Niners, or Chiefs.
He could have said
Niners.
Chiefs Niners.
He had Bills. I know.
I think
you
it was.
had Bills.
It was definitely
You
Bills.
had Bills.
Might have been. Yeah, I think it was Niners. I said Niners.
I also partially jinxed it last week too, because I was like,
Because at the beginning of the year.
I said that the Ravens were in the Super Bowl in the
Yeah,
first
I mean,
podcast.
but you had to do that because you did it with the Eagles.
yeah, that's true.
Because to me, at the beginning of the year, I was like, the Eagles and Niners are like way better than everybody in the NFC. But I'm like, I'm not gonna pick the Eagles because I
Yeah.
hate them. So I took the Niners.
and
but
like they're not gonna go back to back.
I should have bet on Detroit as like obviously they're winning the division this year, kind of like the Vikings last year when the Vikings were plus money. But I don't know if Detroit was plus money. They might have
Yeah,
been
they were.
favored.
They're like plus.
It's
140.
kinda
Oh,
weird
they were
'cause-
probably all plus money to win
Yeah.
the division.
Halfway through the year, dude, I would have put so much money on the fact that the Chiefs would not be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I would like so
I
much
wouldn't. Have,
money.
I wouldn't have put money on that.
I
I
would
would still.
I would have
was still
put
kind of like they could still.
so much money. Like think of the highest amount of money I could have possibly put.
$70.
the shit anywhere.
Like that would be a lot for me. But if I took like all of the money that I have and put it, that's what I would have done.
$80.
Yes. $80.71 on the Chiefs not making the Super Bowl.
62 cents.
4 warm gummy bears on the Chiefs not making it to the Super Bowl.
So what's our biggest takeaway from this weekend? Patrick Mahomes is just him.
That
Yeah, this NFL season was kind of.
this NFL season is ending exactly
that-
how it's been going.
I said that to my parents the other day. I said this is one of the most underwhelming NFL seasons that I've seen
Yeah, one of
in a
the least
while.
memorable for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and that's why we got the least fun outcome for the Super Bowl.
Name like the most memorable thing you can remember from
There's
this
no
season.
iconic game from this year.
The most memorable thing?
Like if you went back to think about this season, your thought would go to this player game or
Patrick Mahomes getting pissed about a play against the Bills. Like, I don't know. I don't even.
Yeah, the Patrick Mahomes like hissy fit was kind of funny.
Bears will never beat the Packers.
Like Joe Burrow, his like elbow hurting.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
If they won a playoff game, it would be like, oh, Joe Flacco.
Joe Burrow like being hurt, them not saying it, and then being out for the rest of the season after that.
yeah.
That was kind of dumb.
I don't know. We really did just have like kind of a poo-poo season.
It was really poop. The way the Dolphins started the year, 70-20 against Denver, that was pretty insane. That was like a Madden game. I feel like there were some good points still, obviously, because it's still the NFL. I don't know, the
eyes weren't as high.
the Jaguars being like 7-2 and then not making the playoffs. Like, what do you think their odds were to make the playoffs after being 7-2?
definitely.
Minus 10,000.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Because that division wasn't like.
The next closest team was like 3 games behind them. They had to win like 2 more
Yeah.
games and they would have been fine. They won 1, I think.
They won one, correct? That Bengals game when they lost that on Thursday Night Football, 34-31. That was it.
Also, too, one of the most memorable things was just Aaron Rodgers getting hurt in like the third play of the year.
Oh, that's it. That's
yeah,
it.
that's
That's the one.
wow. Maybe
and
from,
it's still a meme to this
maybe-
day. Is him running out with the flag, and
maybe
it's
that's
so
like,
funny.
Maybe that's just like the takeaway from the season is it got cut short.
It's how it started.
Yeah.
The season started really bad.
So this is a lesson for all of the NFL.
On 9/11, that happened.
This is
too.
a lesson for all of the NFL that they should have back to longer preseasons and
Yes.
go back to a 16-game season.
I'm okay with you pushing
I
the
miss
regular
8 and
season
8.
back a week.
I hate the 8-9 bullshit or the 10-7. Like ew, like it's 8.
Like I can't.
Yeah.
I don't mind that as much, but if you have to push the season back a week to get more reps in for the preseason, I'm okay with it. Because if it means,
Well, then you cut into the NBA All-Star Game.
is that really what like the rationale is?
Then following week is always the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah,
what
but
was
like,
what was their original rationale for taking away the fourth preseason game?
Because they added a regular season game.
That was the rationale.
Yeah.
So it was still the same amount of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that was the player
Yeah,
agreement, right? They were like,
yeah.
we don't want to play another game. They're
Yeah.
like, what if we take away a preseason game?
Yeah.
So now it's coming back to bite them because now it's like everyone just gets fucking hurt because there's 3 weeks between when you actually start playing football to the regular season.
the All-Star Game's East-West again this year.
Thank God. That draft was just like a little guy.
Yeah, the last 2 years it's been like.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the whole, like-
Tyrese, come over on my team. Hee hee.
Yeah, the players like aren't cool.
I agree
anymore.
that format is dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I get it, but whatever.
Adam Silver said today, so it just means that we're going to continue to get the most garbage regular season NBA product ever. He was like, I saw some article headline. This is Adam Silver says the physical basketball era was like gross or something like that.
I did see that. He said
And
it.
it's like,
He said it
dude,
was
really?
lackluster compared to what they have now. I think is what he
Free
said.
throws?
He said
That's what we have now.
yeah. He said
Is
it doesn't
free
have the
throws.
same visual appeal or something like that. He said something business.
The game has no
corporate, like
flow today.
the game today.
There's no flow.
Dude, the game. I would because I watched.
I like
part
college.
of-
I like men's college basketball.
I watched part. Yes, I watched part of the Golden State and Lakers game in the first half, just because it was just on and I was just bored and I was just like hanging out and watching it. The first half of an NBA game is the worst television you can watch. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about the game. Like no one's going hard. It looks like a YMCA men's league basketball game. Like they're just pulling up from three.
Dude,
They're trying to get the switches. Someone's driving. They're like not even sprinting. They're like
so many commercials.
so many
when you watch a
commercials.
fucking
And
NBA
then like
game.
when you turn on the fourth quarter, then it starts getting exciting. I turned that game back
and
on.
then it starts like stopping every 5 seconds because all the timeouts.
I turned that game back on at the fourth quarter, and then it goes to double overtime, and then they're fucking trying. I was like, okay, you guys could have did this the whole game. Why do we have to try now? Because it's the end of the game. Like LeBron goes down, like gets a clutch three, then like Steph gets a clutch three, like he's going back and forth. I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is what the NBA should be. And it sucks that it's only the last 10% of the game that like is actually exciting to watch. Their game is not exciting to watch anymore.
The teams that like I guess like I would like I haven't turned my TV on really. I don't think I've watched a full NBA game this year, but like teams that like I'd be interested to watch: Timberwolves and Thunder.
Yeah, but you want to watch the second half. You don't
Yeah.
want to watch the first half. So they should start just televising the second half.
Dude, Anthony Edwards is nasty.
Do you ever watch the first half of an NBA game?
The only minutes that matter in an NBA game are the last two.
Literally. And it's like they don't give a fuck until like the last 2 minutes. It's like people start fouling, people start doing this. Like, and then half the time it's a fucking blowout.
Tell me how many times you've turned on a game and you know the point spread in an NBA game, and you go and with 2 minutes left, it's within like a point of that point spread.
It's
So many
almost
times.
every game.
Every
It's
night.
literally every game.
Yeah, every night. Every night.
So,
There's no exciting basketball anymore in the NBA. There really isn't.
I mean, I guess that was probably the way it was the whole time, though. Like realistically,
I just think like
yeah,
it's
they probably played defense harder, but like
every
I don't know.
year it gets further and further away. Like every single year it like starts losing its luster more and more.
Are we just getting older?
No, I literally just think it's the product is getting worse. I do. With all these fouls, with all the shit that they're
I'm falling asleep talking about the NBA.
literally that's how I feel about the NBA.
What the fuck are we doing?
Even the playoffs, dude. Even when you watch the playoffs, I don't want to watch the first
I don't
half.
watch the first round.
You don't watch the first
kidding?
round. You don't watch
I was
the
gonna
first
say
half.
the
Besides
last
last
upset,
year when
fuck
the
Heat.
Kings and Warriors one, that was kind of good.
How do they fix it though?
You don't just accept that, like
They're just gonna keep going downhill. Before they know it, the fucking MLB's gonna pass them.
It has.
Pretty much has. I think they do get better ratings. And they
in
get-
terms of
The
popularity.
NHL is
yeah.
gonna pass them, dude.
If
I hope so.
Since going to ESPN, the NHL's gained popularity year over year way more than they're growing at a way better pace than the NBA is.
I mean, what does hockey do right that basketball doesn't?
They have an exciting product that people want to watch. That's
The only
literally
thing
it.
that they lack is like, and it's just like the difference in how the people are is like there's not like big personalities that really attract people to
Is
hockey.
it not? Is it not just like the sports talk media where it's like, oh, the games don't matter unless you win a title? Like that's part of it too. No.
I think if the NHL on ESPN and like these other networks was treated like NBA, it would get a lot more growth.
Oh, I think so too. It's just
how
like,
many times have you seen somebody go, I never really was into hockey, but then I watched the game and I was like, wow, this is awesome.
A lot.
So many times people say, or they go to a game and they're like, damn, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I love hockey now. It's like that happens all the time because they have a good product. People are only watching on ESPN, the NBA and the MLB and the NFL. If they, in this deal with ESPN is why it's growing so much is because
yeah,
they
no, I was gonna
actually
say,
show
it's
it now.
helped.
Yeah, they actually show it now. So like, it's like,
But like also, dude, like people just like personalities and hockey. Like the best players are kind of like, oh yeah, we had a great game out there, you know.
I
Like people
get
just
that.
don't find that. Like I mean, I love hockey, but like there's always gonna be that crowd of people.
I
just
get
find,
that, and
like,
and
them
that's why I
boring.
think, and
Which I
that's-
think is dumb because I think the game should speak for itself. But
here's the thing though, it's because like the NBA, all of the superstars are bitches. They're divas. It's like
Yeah.
LeBron's a diva. Giannis is funny. Like he's funny. Jokic, like no one even hears from him. Like he's just
the
kind of
younger
an oaf.
superstars are a little bit better than like the LeBron era ones. Like
You never hear from Jason Tatum.
like Edwards and Shy, like those.
Yeah.
They have good attitude about it.
yeah, that's why I think a lot of it too is like the Spit and Chicklets podcast.
But like,
on
dude,
Barstool has helped.
Luca's starting to kind of be like a little diva-y too, and
Yeah, Luka's a little bit of a diva now for sure. Kyrie was the worst human ever to live. And then it's like, then Kevin Durant was just a bitch at the end. Like Kevin Durant just bitches all the time. Draymond's the worst human alive.
Yeah.
Like Steph, you never really hear from Steph. So it's like, you don't really, they're kind of the same. You never really hear from them. And the ones you do hear from, they're just complaining about something in a post-game interview. The only time I see something from an NBA player is when they're literally the other night, Anthony Edwards, the one thing from the game that I saw on Twitter was him going after the refs in the post-game interview. That was literally all I saw. That's all you see them talk about.
dude, the best
Before
ref
it was
interview ever was Shaq when they were like, "Oh, what happened at the end of there, Shaq?" And he was like, "People pay good money to come out at these games and watch these games, and the refs come here and try to take over the fucking game."
yeah.
And the guy's like, "Shaq, we're on live," and Shaq goes, "I don't give a shit."
Yeah, he's like, I don't give a shit.
And the reporter goes, "I know."
Because I don't give a shit. Yeah, that dude, but that was also when the NBA was good. Now it's not good anymore.
No.
the refs have too much control, and part of it too is because I think like the NBA is way more rigged than the NFL is.
Oh yeah.
There's still like all that shit going on.
They're all red.
Like, but the NBA specifically though, the NBA specifically is like the refs have so much control over the game. Like in the NFL, they have like still a lot of control, but not as much as an NBA game. You can call a foul whenever you want. You can call a foul whenever.
Oh yeah.
No one gives a shit. They don't show a replay. Like if they show like an off-ball
True.
foul, like then they call it. There's no replay of that. They're just like, yeah, you fouled them,
yeah.
and then they're like,
What?
it's like you just have to be there. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, what the fuck?
you're not wrong.
I don't know. I think it's I think the NHL is a better product, and I think the NBA and MLB are actually a lot closer than people want to recognize, which sucks because
The MLB is
sucks.
starting to get like really good at marketing their stars, and they're starting to like get stars that like attract attention. And
Yeah,
aren't just
baseball
these,
is
like,
definitely on the
blank
upswing.
personalities.
Baseball and hockey are on the upswing. NBA is on the downswing. And honestly, hot take, the NFL is on the downswing.
I agree.
I think a lot of people would
maybe a little
disagree,
bit.
but I think we're in
Nothing's
agreement.
ever gonna catch the NFL, but like they
No.
definitely are.
Because the NFL has the rarity thing where it's once a week for 18
Lacrosse.
weeks.
That's not
Lacrosse?
Lax,
I
bro.
actually do like watching lacrosse sometimes.
It's fine.
It's fine. I don't think it's sustainable.
Yeah. Well, if I had money on it, it would be a different story.
People
Well, yeah.
should just get into soccer, dude.
I love soccer.
Yeah, I mean, I think
But like at
I
the same
think
time, I don't
soccer's
know if
on the
I
upswing.
want to have one of the top leagues in the world because like that just I don't know.
Soccer's on the upswing.
It's just pure fucking passion. It's just
Yeah.
the sport. There's no excess like Taylor Swift nonsense.
Yeah,
It's-
but then there's like
Did you guys watch that documentary on Netflix? The
no, but I heard it's
Captain of
really
the
good.
Worlds thing?
See, my
So
thing with
good.
soccer is that like I really like to watch it, but then like whenever if I go like a couple like weeks or whatever without watching any soccer, they'll turn around and be like, "Oh, cool! I Paramount Plus, so I can watch the AC game," and then like I'm into it, and then all of a sudden a guy gets barely touched.
He's
And
like,
he's on the
"Oh!"
ground like
Yeah.
this, like
Yeah.
fake crying,
Yeah.
like
Which
dude,
I do
get
think
up and play defense.
I do think a
I
lot
don't
of that
get
has
the
gotten
like
better.
the ref isn't gonna go back and change what he didn't call because you're like on the ground holding your leg.
I honestly don't mind it because it's such a part of the game. Like it literally
is.
is.
It became
just, like,
ingrained with the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, honestly, I like in the World Cup when like you'll kind of get those teams that like kind of look down on it.
Yeah.
Like
They're
you'll
like get the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, I
like
do- and
you'll
that's
see
why I
like Denmark
think-
playing a game
Yeah.
and some like kid from Portugal will be on the ground like, "Hi,
Yeah.
puppy," and he's like, "Fuck
Yeah.
off."
Yeah, I definitely think that they've done a good job at getting a lot of that out of the game because it used to be way worse. It used to be way worse.
It's
Like
still- yeah, dude.
it's still
Dude.
bad. It's still bad, but it used to be extremely
I
worse.
loved
Like
watching Neymar, but like, dude, he was
yeah, like in
bad.
those days when like Neymar was in the mix and everything, like that was bad. It was bad for sure. And obviously, still South America is like known for it,
Oh yeah, dude.
and like it happens in Europe a little bit, but like it really doesn't happen. as much
Argentina's
as,
not as bad as like Uruguay and Brazil doing it.
no,
You
but
are
I
a
think
guy.
soccer is, and I think we're gonna see soccer explode too when the World Cup comes around here.
Oh yeah, well,
Like it's
'cause
just
it'll
gonna be
like on the build up with Messi and all that.
yeah,
stuff.
and like Messi coming back to MLS is good. So that, like
Messi's gonna play in that World Cup.
oh yeah, well no, I don't think he will.
Oh, I think he will.
You think he will?
Oh yeah.
Sal, do you think he plays in the next World
I
Cup?
mean, dude, he just won
I don't
a
think-
Ballon d'Or.
I would say
I don't
probably
think
not.
He's still
I
one
don't
of the
think he
best
does.
players in the world, dude.
I agree, but I think like well, I think too. He also said that was his last game for Argentina.
Like, yeah,
You have to go out on
un-
top.
until it's World Cup time again. Like maybe he won't have
Maybe.
all the speed and skill, but like, dude, he could just be a midfielder and just precision pass. Like,
Maybe, but
away.
I feel like he won't. I feel like and Argentina has a lot of good young talent too. Like coming up, so like they'll probably just have to move on.
how
and I think
bad
now would be the
was
time.
Higuain when it mattered
Higuain,
In-
Higuain's bad.
in international and Champions League? Just if it mattered, Higuain was gonna get like a one-on-one opportunity
And
with the
just
keeper and
miss.
just blow it.
All right, I think I've gotten everything out that I want
Yeah.
to get out.
Yeah.
Yo.
Any other non-sports related things that you want to feed at us? You're
Mhm.
normally pretty good at that.
Give me a kiss.
I'll give you a kiss.
Stop the podcast.
Purple Gatorade.
That's next week.
That's a little
Sneak
teaser
peek.
for next week. Is we're only talking about the Super Bowl.
There'll be at least 10 minutes on the Gatorade color.
We'll preview the game, give our thoughts on the game, and then after that it's just all prop bets.
Yep.
Deal.
Be ready.
Be square.
Or be fair.